Once you pass the preliminary examinations, you are entering the most crucial stage of the competition, the main examination. One of the most interesting phase of the examination, main examinations. In main examinations, the questions will be of subjective in nature. That means you have to give answers to the questions. Each question may carry 3 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks, 15 marks, 20 marks, 25 marks, and sometimes 30 marks. Therefore, you should prepare yourself to write answers in an essay type pattern. In the main examinations, there will be 200 marks for an essay. Essay writing is very crucial. It tests your ability to understand the question, to form opinion about the question, to collect the points, analyze the points, and present it in a very systematic and chronological order. 200 marks for the essay. Crucial questions will be asked from very critical, important subjects like India's nuclear capacity, India's economic growth, India's relationship with other countries, India's development in the field of science, technology, sports, industries, education, healthcare, law and order, India's defense capability, and so on. Therefore, you should prepare well for the essay question which carries 200 marks. Once the question or the paper on essay is over, there will be 6 different papers. 6 papers from 3 different subjects. Here, subjects I mean, there's the general studies is a subject. General studies has 2 papers. Each paper carries 300 marks. So, for the main examination, general studies carries 600 marks. Do you understand? General studies has 2 papers. Each paper is 300 marks, so total 600 marks. In the preliminary examinations, you wrote in optional subjects, didn't you? Any subject of your choice, economics, political science, sociology, agriculture, animal husbandry, medicine, commerce. One of the subjects which you chose in the preliminary examination, that will continue as the optional one in the main examinations. This paper, this subject has 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2, each carrying 300 marks. So total 600 marks for optional 1. It's not at all difficult for you to choose optional 1 because you already written and passed the preliminary test in one subject. The same subject you may choose as optional 1. The very crux of civil service examinations is that you must choose a subject which you did not study in your degree. You must choose a subject which you are new, which you didn't know much in your degree examinations. That is called optional 2. But ladies and gentlemen, that itself is a challenge. A challenge to your capability. How fast you can learn a subject and write it in a civil service examinations. You have to go through all the subjects which are available, all the optionals you can choose, any of the optionals you can choose, any subject which makes interesting, which is interesting to you, any subject which you find is absorbing, any subject you feel that you are capable of mastering in few months, you select the subject. This is called optional 2 subjects. I am very sure anybody who is watching this program, you may be fascinated with your own mother tongue, Tamil, Telugu, or Hindi, Odia, or Marathi. These are all mother tongues. You may be very good in that. Maybe you are a good speaker. Maybe you are a good writer of essays. I tell you, if you choose your mother tongue, you are likely to score very high marks. This is an optional. Some of you are really interested in a subject like history. I am more interested in a subject called psychology. So I took psychology. I scored more marks in psychology, which I studied just for 3 months, than agriculture. my subject for 6 years up to my PG level. Therefore, it is possible for you to master any subject, provided you have enormous, unlimited interest in the subject. My dear young boys and girls, men and women, optional 2 should be a subject you love to read. You love to know more and more. Then studying will become a pleasure. Scoring mark will become a celebration. Not at all difficult. Optional 2. 600 marks. Paper 1, 300 marks. Paper 2, 300 marks. To summarize, the entire advanced examination carries 2000 marks. Do you ask me how? The essay 200 marks. General studies 2 papers 600 marks. Optional 1 2 papers 600 marks. Optional 2 2 papers 600 marks. Total 2000 marks. Of this 2000 marks, if you score anything above 1200, it's likely that you will be called for the personality tests, otherwise called interview tests. I wish that all of you who watch this program should clear the main examinations and you go to Delhi to attend the interview, which will be another interesting, exhilarating experience in itself. I wish you all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I must congratulate you for passing the main examinations of the civil services examinations. Once you pass the main examination, you will be invited for an interview, which is usually held in New Delhi. Civil services interview carries 300 marks. And I can assure you, the marks that you score in the interview decides your selection into the civil services, and more particularly your allotment to any of the different services. And since you are very keen to join IAS or IFS or IPS, you should be careful that your name is found somewhere in the top of the merit list. If your name is in the top of the merit list, you can choose any service you want. I know many of the men who want only the IPS. For them, they should score a very high marks. Some want only IFS. One of my students, Soumya, she stood 11th rank last year. She wants only one service, IFS, Indian Foreign Service, and nothing else. And she got it. Therefore, if you are very keen for IAS, you must try to score somewhere very high marks and find your name somewhere within the first 50. If you want IFS also, you should find your name somewhere in the first 50. If you want IPS, to be very particular, you find your name somewhere in the first 100. Therefore, interview plays a very crucial role.